most fun I've ever had with my clothes on. That's running out of road there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to my mini John Cooper Works Roadster, more lovingly known as Ruby. Now, as you can see from that little montage, Ruby's been a bit of a star of Petrol Ped from the very beginning. In fact, I filmed my very first YouTube video with this car, and I've owned her now for the best part of 4 years. But that time has come. That time has come where I'm going to change my car. So I think we need to go for a drive and talk about what's coming in the next few weeks and months. Now, I like to think of myself as just a normal guy. I have a full-time job, although for the last 18 months, with me being freelance, I've been able to balance that with YouTube and do some amazing things on YouTube. But by no means does YouTube generate enough revenue for it to be my only job. And I think the big challenge with YouTube is there's lots of people out there who will watch automotive YouTubers like myself, but maybe the bigger channels, and think that it's dead easy. You go out there, you get to drive some nice cars, you create some videos, and hey presto, Google pays you a wad of cash and you go out and buy a supercar. And believe me, it's really not like that. So what I want to do is, I have decided I'm going to buy a new car. Now, you may think, well, you've had this car for 4 years, why has it taken you this long? Let me explain just a little bit about the process I went through when I bought this car. So, before I bought this car, I had an Audi TTS Roadster. I bought that car with a loan. It was financed through Audi, but on an HP loan over 3 years. I paid off the loan, the car was mine. I then owned the car for about 18 months or so after that, with no payments going out. It was a lovely place to be. And I then looked at buying the next car, and I was really keen on buying an Audi S5 Cabriolet. But the only way I was going to be able to do that was with finance, and I will be quite honest, car finance terrifies me. Both my wife and I have been burnt in the past quite badly with car finance, basically making wrong decisions based on wrong information. So although I very nearly bought an Audi S5, I actually looked at this car and I was in a lucky position to have been able to buy this car I'm sat in cash. And the great thing about buying a car cash is that you walk out the showroom and you owe nothing on the car, it's yours. You don't have to pay any money every month to keep the car, apart from obviously insurance. And that was a lovely position to be in, and I quite like that. And if I could, I would buy my next car cash. And I know that there are probably ways of making my cash work harder for me than putting it into a car, but I love the whole process of walking out of a showroom and knowing you own the car outright. However, the next car I want to buy, I cannot buy it cash. I will have to finance it. So let's talk about what the plan is and why I need your help. So, I've made my mind up. I'm going to buy a car that requires finance. The next thing is, how on earth do I finance it? Now, you may remember a couple of months ago now, one of my questions in the Week 180 was, I asked how you guys all financed your cars. And there was a range of things. And I guess basically you've got a number of options. You can pay cash, like I've said. You can get a loan from the bank or from a lending company. You could get a HP agreement from a car manufacturer. You could get a PCP, personal contract plan. There are other options. Which one's the best? Which one do you do? How much money do you put in as a deposit? how much should you aim to have your monthly payments for? If you've got a balloon payment, how much should that be? What should the interest rate be? What's the depreciation likely to be on the car? How much is the future value likely to be? At the end of the deal, are you going to end up in negative equity and being completely screwed over and having to give the car back, or even worse, giving a whole bunch of money and the car back? It's just a nightmare, and it's one of those ones where you think, is it worth it? I could just keep this car. So Ruby's currently done 45,000 miles, so it's a car that's kind of going up in value a little bit, because they're quite rare and they're quite sought after. They only made 300 of these JCW Roadsters, so you know, I could just keep this car, but I now need a car that's a little bit bigger. So I decided a really good plan would be to go and have a chat with my friends at 4C Prestige. 4C Prestige, I've done a couple of videos with them. I'll put a clip to the first one. We did a really nice video with a Macan GTS quite a while ago now, and we talked a bit about finance and the kind of services that they provide. And the feedback on that video was really positive. So what I'm going to be doing in a few weeks' time is I'm going to do a video with 4C Prestige to talk about all of the different options available to me for financing a car, the pros, the cons, the things to look out for. And what I want to know from you is, what kind of questions do you have about how you would finance a car? So, you know, it may well be similar concerns to me. How much deposit should you put in? What kind of things you should be looking for? Now, clearly everybody's got their own requirements when it comes to car finance and owning a new car. But what is it you'd like to know? So that's the very first thing in the comments below. Because I will kind of want to bring you guys on board with this journey. It's a really, really exciting one, because hopefully I'm going to end up with something pretty special in my garage. But I want to make sure I do it on a sound financial basis. Oh, I do love this car. In a way, it grieves me that I'm having to think about getting rid of this car. I'd love to be able to keep this car and have a new one, but that's sadly that doesn't happen. I have something called a mortgage, and that mortgage requires paying every month, so there's just no way financially I can do that. But I would love to keep this car. Wow, it's really foggy up on the top of the trundle today. So what I need to say as well about this kind of, what I want to try and do as much as possible is use real numbers. I've seen a few YouTubers do videos around car finance and not really use real numbers. And what I don't want this to come across like is some kind of sponsored video promoting the services of my friends at 4C Prestige. I don't want to do that. I just want to have a chat with them, because I trust them. I've known them for a while now. I know the work they've done. I know a few people who bought cars through them, and I kind of trust the advice that they would give, and I think it would be advice that you guys would find interesting. So as I said, we'll have a chat about the different options. So the next thing is, what car should I buy? Through the misty autumn trees. Sadly, we missed the best of autumn. All the leaves have fallen off while I've been away. Now, if you followed my channel long enough, you will probably know by now that I have a little bit of a thing for a Jaguar F-Type. I've driven pretty much every F-Type there is, and on more than one occasion in videos I've stated that my next car is going to be an F-Type. You're also probably aware I'm a big fan of convertibles, so I'm sat in a convertible right now, and we've had a convertible in the garage. At least one of either Mrs. Petrol Ped's car or mine has been a convertible for the last 15 years probably, so I do like my soft tops. But my next car, I have a few changing requirements. Now, first things first, I need to put it out there. not like Mr. JWW. By the way, I need to say a huge congratulations to James on the announcement of his forthcoming baby. So don't worry, Mrs. Petrol Ped and I aren't having a baby, but we do need a car with a little bit more practicality than just 2 seats. So my next car, I will be looking for a car that isn't necessarily a convertible, and sadly isn't going to be a Jaguar F-Type, but that still leaves lots and lots of options. So one of the things I'd like you to do is maybe put in the comments below, what kind of car do you think I should be looking at? Now, I guess I should be thinking about budget. Now, my budget is kind of premium hot hatch territory. I'm guessing anything from probably 30 to 45,000 pounds. So that's my budget. So don't start putting in the comments something like, I don't know, Porsche 918 Spider or an RS6. Much as I'd love an Audi RS6, sadly that ain't going to happen. So I'd love to know what you think I should bring to the channel. It will be very, very sad to see the Mini go. And actually, well, this Mini might go. There's no reason why I couldn't replace this Mini with another Mini. Maybe the new JCW Mini is a potential option. I had one when I had my car in for MOT recently, and I was very impressed. But what do you think? I want it to be quick. I don't necessarily want to tune it or to modify it in any way, although I probably will do a few things. But the thing I'm missing, the thing I haven't been able to do yet, I haven't done a single car collection video of my car, because I own both my cars when I started my YouTube channel. I haven't put PPF on the car, I haven't wrapped it, I haven't done a first drive video. Clearly I've done a 5 things I hate and 5 things I love, so I'd have to do that with a new car. So there's all these different new videos. Then I could put an exhaust on it, then I could modify it, and then, yeah, so, you know, I'm missing out on the whole YouTuber thing. Not, although I'm bound to do a few of those. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. So that's the big thing that's going to be happening on the channel over the next coming months. Timescale wise, I think we're probably looking at the beginning of next year, if I'm honest. I am hugely busy with my proper job that, you know, pays my main wages between now and Christmas. In fact, I am a little bit worried about whether or not I'm going to be able to hit a video every Friday between now and the end of the year. So I really do try and knock out this regular content for you, but honestly, the schedule I have, I was meant to be filming with a car today, and it just didn't happen. I flew in very early this morning from a trip to Saudi Arabia. You'll be watching this on Friday, and I'll be coming back from South Africa, so I've got lots of international travel and lots of work, and that plays havoc with my filming schedule. So I am going to try my very best to keep bringing you interesting, different, cool content, but I want to get you involved as much as possible. So I'm going to start drawing this video to a close, but I really do want your input on the car finance thing. What are the kind of things you'd really like to know about? And then when I'm with Chris and Michael from 4C Prestige, we can kind of have a proper chat about those things, and then can maybe answer some of your questions. So it's almost like a car financing Q&A. So stick your questions below and I'll do my best to answer those. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a short one. I didn't have much opportunity to do filming today, but I really want to get you on board with the next few months. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. Please don't hate me for even considering selling Ruby Roadster. She's become as much of a part of the channel as me. I've loved every minute of ownership, and I do feel a bit disloyal even talking about selling it while I'm sat in it, to be honest. But progress is progress. We need to move on, and I'm really excited for what I've now got the ability to bring to the channel, because I think it's going to be quite special. But I'll see you on the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.